Number 2 in Maths 1, which is called quadratic equations. What we do today is what we do always whenever we start a new chapter. We will see whatever we need to already know for this chapter. We will take a tour of the chapter and we will also start studying the content for this chapter. Very important that you have your textbooks with you. Very important that you also have your notebooks with you. We will need our pens, we will need our pencils also. This is what the chapter contains. This chapter mainly contains two things. First main area of content is solving quadratic equations, different methods of solving quadratic equations. So when we say different methods in this chapter, three specific methods are given. One is called factorization method. Second one is called completing the square method. And the third one is called formula method or the discriminant method. If you remember, for linear equations in two variables also, we have multiple ways of solving. Trial and error, graphical, substitution, elimination, determinant. Right? So here also we have multiple methods. And of course, there will be different types of questions. And the high rigor question will be word questions where the equation will not be given. We will have to form the equation and then we will solve. The other thing that is covered in this chapter is what is the relationship between solutions and coefficients of a quadratic equation. So the entire chapter is only about quadratic equations. We will not think about other types of equations. We will not, in this chapter, we will not consider linear equations. We will not consider cubic equations, no other equations. We will only look at quadratic equations. How do we solve them? Right? And how the solutions of these equations are related to their coefficients. Okay? So some of the words which are very important for this chapter are quadratic, equation, solution, coefficient, discriminant. These are very, very important. But that is for the chapter. What we will do in this session now is we will look at some prerequisites which are required for us to learn this chapter, understand this chapter properly. And remember, the thought of the day, education is not only about knowledge, it is also about, or it is mainly about action, right? So prerequisites, we will see what we need to know, the basics. We will see we will take a tour of the chapter. We will see the pages of the textbook, the chapter in the textbook, and understand what is where. Then we will start the chapter. We will try complete two topics today, two very introductory basic topic. One is what is a general form of a quadratic equation, and second one, what do we mean by roots of equation, roots of a polynomial. This is what we will study. And today, for a change, what I will do is I have not copied and pasted the questions from the textbook on the screen. I want you to ensure that you are sitting there studying. You are not sitting there sleeping. So if you have the textbook, we will be able to proceed with the session. If you are not having the textbook with you, if you do not have the book, then we will not be able to proceed. You will not be able to study. So have your textbooks, have your notebooks, have your pens, have your pencils ready. Prerequisites, and we will start with the concept of polynomial. When we say polynomial, the first thing that should come to our mind is the word term. Term is the smallest part of a polynomial. A term can have four different parts. A term can have a coefficient, it can have a variable, it can have a power of the variable, and it can have a sign. For example, suppose the variable is x, and with that x, we have a number. Suppose the power of x is 4, and suppose the sign for this term is minus. So our term is minus 4x to the power 4, where 4 is the coefficient, x is the variable, this 4 is the power, and this is the sign. Very important to understand this. Sign, coefficient, variable, power. If the term looks like this, 4x cube. So here also, 4 is the coefficient, 3 is the power, x is the variable. So where is the sign? We don't write the plus sign if there is nothing to the left of the plus sign. So although we have not put a sign here, this also has a sign. It is the plus sign. It is the plus sign. Another important thing to note is that it's not necessary that all of these things will be there. For example, suppose 3 is it is only 3. Clearly, 3 is the coefficient, or we can also say it is the constant. Coefficient or the constant. In this case, it is just a constant. It will become a coefficient in a little while. Now the sign, we have not put any sign here, so there is a plus sign, is the sign. Where is the variable? It is not there. So what happened? Now comes the concept of indices. Anything to the power 0 equals to 1. So when we say 3, we can also say 3 into 1, or 3 into 1 can also be written as x to the power 0. So now the variable is x. Now the power is 0. So sometimes certain parts of a term may not be visible. It doesn't mean that they don't occur. They're not there. Now, if the constant occurs with a variable, we will call it a coefficient. If the constant is there just on its own without a variable, then it will only be called as a constant. These are the main parts of a term: sign, coefficient, variable, and power. Suppose I tell you that the term we have is like this. Right? And I'll ask you, what is the coefficient here? Or what is the variable here? First tell me what the variable is.
X.
Thank you. And second, what is the power of this variable?
-5.
-5.
Correct. And then I will ask you, what is the sign for this term?
Minus.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a question which I have not clarified today, but I have clarified earlier. So please listen, think, and then answer properly. What is the coefficient of term in this term? Chan, correct answer. What is the coefficient in this term? Khadija, correct answer. Alfia, wrong answer. Now, yes, minus is the sign for the term, x is the variable for the term, minus 5 is the power of the variable. But when we try answer, what is the coefficient? The coefficient is not just 2. The coefficient is minus 2. Right? I told you I have not clarified this today, but I have told you this earlier. It is minus 2. It is not 2. If someone asks us what is the sign for the term, we will say minus. If someone asks us what is the coefficient for this term, we will say minus 2. So always we will include the sign with the coefficient. When we have more than, if we have a lot of terms, even if there is one term, usually if there are more than one terms, then it is called an algebraic expression. Actually, if we have just one term also, we can call it algebraic expression. For example, if we take a very, very simple algebraic expression, suppose x plus 1. Now think quickly and tell me, how many terms are there in this algebraic expression? How many terms? Very good. Now you are giving me correct answers. There are 2 terms. There are 2 terms. Very good. Khadija, Alfia, Satyam, Chand. 2 terms. Now if I ask you to tell me the 2 terms separately, what are the 2 terms? Speak or type. Okay. One term is x, another term is 1. Okay. For 1, we need not say plus 1, because always when the sign is plus, we don't need to say that. Right? Ankit, there is no y here, beta. Read, think, and then answer. Now, if I ask you, in the first term, what is the variable? In the term x, what is the variable? Prachi, correct answer. The variable is x. The variable is x. If I ask you, what is the power of x in the term x? What is the power? It is 1. 1 is correct. And what is the coefficient of x? What is the coefficient of the term x? That is also 1. Very good. So what we are trying to say is, the same term x can be written as, if we write it in this way, then the coefficient and the power are clearly written. But multiplying with 1 and power of 1, we don't write it because everyone knows what it means. Right? Similarly, if we have to write the second term with all its components, then we can write 1 x to the power 0. We can also write 1 y to the power 0, and it will be same. So in this case, the variable can be anything. The power of the variable is 0. The coefficient is 1. Now in all this, because we are back to algebra and only algebra, we cannot forget that if we write minus 2x, or we write 2x, or we write 3 by 2x, what they mean is coefficient multiplied by the variable. So minus 2x means minus 2 into x. 2x means 2 into x. And 3 by 2x means 3 by 2 multiplied by x. Cannot forget this. Once we have remembered, once we have understood what a term is, what an algebraic expression is, we can focus on what a polynomial is. And this we studied last year. Polynomials are a specific type of algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions in which the powers of the variables are only whole numbers, cannot have negative numbers, cannot have fractions, positive integers. right? Whole numbers, 0 to infinity. Those are called polynomials. For example, if we have an algebraic expression x square minus 3x plus 4. If you have another algebraic expression which has minus x square plus 3 into x to the power 1 by 2 minus 4. Now, there are three terms here. The power of the first term is 2. Power of the term means power of the variable. The power of the second term, which is power of x, is 1. In the third term, power of the variable is 0. 2, 1 and 0. Whole numbers. But when we look at the second example, power is 2, power is 1 by 2, power is 0. So 1 by 2 is not a whole number. So although both are algebraic expressions, both, only the first one is also a polynomial. The second one is not a polynomial. This is what we studied last year. Perhaps you remember the types of polynomial. Types of polynomial by number of terms. Depending on how many number of terms they have, we can call the polynomial as a monomial, as a binomial, as a trinomial, as a polynomial. Even a monomial can be called as a polynomial. Even a binomial can be called as a polynomial. Even a trinomial can be called as a polynomial. Mono, bi, and tri, they are special names. In case where the number of terms is 1, it is called monomial. If the number of terms is 2, it's called a binomial. If the number of terms is 3, it's called a trinomial. Quickly, in the chat, give me an example of a monomial. Before I asked, Alfia has given the example. Very good. So Alfia says example can be 4m. Yes, this is a monomial. Correct. Give me an example of binomial. Alfia is again giving another example. 3x plus 3. Alfia wrote 3x plus 3. No, it was, yes, 3x plus 3. Correct. You are saying 2x plus 3x. 2x plus 3x, Karthik? 2x plus 3x. It's not a binomial. We will see. Thank you for this example. Anushka is saying 4n plus 5n. Anushka, this is also not an example of binomial. We will see why it is not. Karthik, your example of 2x plus 3x, it is actually just 5x. So this is not a binomial, it is a monomial. Anushka, 4n plus 5n, actually this is 9n. So this is also not a binomial, it is only a monomial. Be careful. We should not be able to reduce it. We have to reduce it and then decide whether it is a monomial, binomial, trinomial, or polynomial. So other examples that have come, 5x plus 4 is correct. 2x plus 3 is correct. We can also say like this, x square plus x. We can say x square plus y. We can say x plus y. All are binomials. Now give me an example of a trinomial. Alfia again give the example. 2x, no, Alfia is saying 3x square minus 3x square minus 2x plus 2. Yes, it is a trinomial. First term, second term, third term. We cannot reduce it any further. monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial. Poly means many, namial, meal means terms, so multiple terms. This polynomial, this algebraic expression has. Next concept is the degree. Degree of a polynomial, not degree of a term. Whenever we say degree, it is of a polynomial, and it is possible that the polynomial has only one term. It is possible, but degree refers to polynomial. We have a degree of a polynomial. We don't have a degree of the term. Degree is nothing but highest power of the variables. So given the polynomial, the highest power of the variable will be called as the degree. Let us see what we mean by this. If we have a polynomial like this, 5 a4 minus 5 plus 3x square minus 2. So the power of the first term is 4. The power of the second term is 2. कौन सा 4? ये वाला 4. कौन सा 2? ये वाला 2. What is the power of the third term? Please get this right. Don't get this wrong. Thank you, Alfia. It is 0. So out of 4, 2 and 0, 4 is highest. So our degree is 4. In this case, our degree is 4. It should be clear now for everyone. This is the polynomial I had given you before the class yesterday. How many terms are there? I asked. First term, second term, third term. So terms, how many? 3 numbers. 3. What are the terms? The terms are x square, 3x and minus 5. What are the coefficients? The coefficient in the first term is 1. Coefficient of the second term is 3. Coefficient of the third term or the constant is minus 5. What are the powers? Power of the first term is 2. Power of the second term is 1. And power of the third term, Alfia will very excitedly say, is 0. This 2, this 1, and this 0. Now out of 2, 1 and 0, 2 is highest. So our degree is 2. Now there is another way. We classify the polynomials. So one way that we just revised is by number of terms. Monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial. Another way to classify polynomials is by degree. Right? In last year, these 3 names were there. Not just 2. Another name was cubic. Batao, when do we say that a polynomial is linear? What is the degree when the polynomial is linear? Don't give me an example. Tell me, when do we say that a polynomial is linear? What happens to the degree? Thank you, Khadija. When the degree of a polynomial is just 1, we call it a linear polynomial. तुम देखो सोचो हम जब ऐसे लिखते थे x plus y equals to 0, we call it linear equation. Why are we calling it linear equation? Because it has a linear polynomial. Now guess, try, remember, tell what will be the degree for a cubic polynomial. It's very easy. Cubic 3. Cube to the power 3 hai na? So cubic is degree 3. Now this is problematic, quadratic, because quad here means 4. But quadratic polynomial is not that polynomial with a degree 4. It is not. What is it? What is the degree of a quadratic polynomial? It is 2. It is not 4. It is 2. And finally in this chapter, we will understand, if you pay attention, Why these are called quadratic polynomials? Why quad 4 is used in the name and not 2? We are not understanding the answer today now, but as we continue with the chapter, as we understand more and more about quadratic equations, we will be able to understand why this is called a quadratic equation, whereas while the degree is just 2. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write some polynomials on the screen. You tell me which one is quadratic or which one is linear. First one I'm writing is 2x plus 3y. Is it linear or quadratic? Very easy question. Nothing difficult today. It is linear. It is linear. Correct. Because power of x is 1, power of y is also 1. So degree is 1. Because degree is 1, it is a linear polynomial. Now let us make things interesting. 2 cube x plus 3 square y. What type of polynomial is this? Is it linear? Is it quadratic? It is cubic. Alfia is saying it is cubic. Chand is saying it is cubic. Khadija is saying it's linear. Correct? This is also linear because the degree depends on the power of the variable, not the power of the constant coefficient. It is linear. Here it is 1. Here it is 1. This is one of the very common mistakes that the students do because they haven't understood properly. This is also an example of a linear polynomial. Thank you, Chan, for correcting your answers. Alfia, I hope it is clear now. Now, if we have something like x square plus y, what is this? Is it linear, quadratic, or cubic? Correct, it is quadratic because power of the first term is 2, power of the second term is 1, highest power is 2. It is a quadratic polynomial. Let us see if you can still give me another correct answer. What about the last one? X cube plus x square plus y cube. Is it linear, quadratic, or cubic? Okay, yes, this is cubic because the highest power is 3. Very good, Chan, for explaining that answer. Final question. X cube plus y square plus z plus 4. What about this? What kind of polynomial is this? Linear, quadratic, cubic? What is it? Very good. You have understood. This is also a cubic polynomial because the highest power is 3. Well done. In your notebooks, try classify these polynomials. There are how many polynomials here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 polynomials are given. You identify which ones are linear and which ones are quadratic. Write it in your notebook. In the next 30 seconds. Then we will discuss in the class. Write it in your notebook. This is a question from the textbook on page number 30. The first one, which is 5x plus 9. Clearly, the power of 5x is 1, power of 9 is 0. So this is a linear polynomial. When we look at the second one, the powers are 2, 1, and 0. So clearly, this is a quadratic polynomial. Third one, the powers are 1 and 0. So clearly, this is a linear polynomial. Third one, the powers are 2 and 1. Degree is 2. So this is a quadratic polynomial. Finally, 5x square, the power is 2. So no doubt, this is a quadratic polynomial. Very simple. Another question from the textbook only. Don't look at the answers in the textbook. Anyway, the answers are not fully given. This question is at the end of page number 31. 4 more equations are given. Oh, okay, no problem. Just find out. Forget about the equation. Just find out which equations have quadratic polynomials. That means ये जो है, ये जो है, ये जो है, and ये जो है, इसमें से out of these 4 polynomials, which ones are quadratic? First one, you tell me the answer. इसमें तो कुछ सोचना ही नहीं है. Tell me, is it quadratic or not? If it is quadratic, why is it quadratic? Okay. So you are saying it is quadratic. Akhilesh, Satyam are saying quadratic. Why is it quadratic? Tell me that also. The power is 2, correct. The power of the first term is 2. This is power is 1. The power is 0. Highest power is 2. Degree is 2. So this is quadratic. Correct. Jan, thank you. That is how we should say. We should not just say power. We should say highest power is 2. Very well done, Jan. Now look at the second one. 2, 0. Once again, highest power is 2. This is also quadratic. Kitna आसान. Now look at the third one. 3. Now 3 is already more than 2. तो और कुछ देखने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. This is not quadratic. This is not quadratic. But most interesting one is the fourth one. Fourth one. L plus 2 multiplied by L minus 5. Equals to 0. अभी भूल जाओ उसको, छोड़ दो, कोई बात नहीं. Just look at this part, left hand side of the equation. Is it quadratic or not quadratic? If it is quadratic, why it is quadratic? Waiting for your answers. So if we just focus on the polynomial which is there in the equation, then we can multiply these L plus 2 and L minus 5. Actually, this is not one or two terms. This is just one term. So what is that term? When we simplify that, we get L square minus 5L plus 2L minus 10. So L square minus 5L plus 2L minus 3L minus 10. Now this is the polynomial that is written in this way. Now it is clear that the degree equals to 2. So yes, it is quadratic. It is a quadratic polynomial. So now that we have revised, we have remembered, we have understood term, algebraic expression, polynomial, we have understood polynomials can be classified based on number of terms they have. Polynomials can also be classified based on the degree that they have. Something else that we studied in the last class, not in the last class, in last year, but we may need it this year also. Why are we saying we may need it? We will need it, not for the questions directly, but to talk about the questions. The terminology is how do we write the polynomials in proper way? There are 3 ways, 3 forms of writing a polynomial. One is called the standard form, second one is called the index form, and the third one is called the coefficient form. Right? Last year हमने question किया था कि convert the polynomial into coefficient form, convert the polynomial into index form, convert the polynomial into standard form. ऐसे हमने questions किए थे. We don't have such questions this year, but we need to know what these forms are. So quickly with an example, if we start with a polynomial which is randomly given like this, 5x square minus 6x4 plus 2x cube minus 3. This is the polynomial that is given. it is not in any specific form yet. It is written in whichever way it is written. Standard form means the terms are written in a particular order, in the descending order of the power. Descending means greatest to smallest of the power. So we need to know the power of these terms. 2, 4, 3, 0. Highest power is 4. So we will write that form for that term first. So minus 6 x4. And this is where our knowledge of what the coefficient is comes to play. If we say that the coefficient is just 6, then we will forget the minus. The coefficient is not 6. Coefficient is minus 6. The term is not 6x to the power 4. The term is minus 6x to the power 4. First one is done. Then the second highest power is 3. So we will write that plus 2x cubed. Third one, after 4 and 3, we have 2. Okay, so we will write that. So we will write like this. Once again, we will end up doing wrong. Here we have not written the plus symbol because there is nothing on the left hand side. But when we are changing the position of the term, and now there is something to the left of the term also, then the writing the plus symbol is necessary. Otherwise, it will become multiplication. Side by side is multiplication. Finally, we are left with 3. Minus 3, not 3, minus 3. This is called the standard form of the polynomial. So we got the standard form, and in standard form, we are writing the terms in the descending order of their power. The second step or the second form is the index form. In the index form, we ensure that all the powers of the variables are there. Here, all the powers here. Is there a limit? Yes, there is a limit. We know the highest power term. The highest power term is minus 6x to the power 4, as it is. We also know the lowest power term, 3x to the power 0. Here 3 minus 3 is minus 3x to the power 0. When we say we must have terms with all the powers of variable, that means we also need to have a term with power 3. है ना? उसी को लिखना है. So after minus 6x to the power 4, we can write plus 2x cubed. This is done. This is done. This is also done. After power of 3, we will write the power of power 2. So we will write the term 5x square. I hope this is making sense. Now something is missing. Where is the power 1? It is not there. So we will have to create one. How will we create? Create it. We have not done anything wrong by adding 0x, because 0 multiplied by x, 0 multiplied by anything is 0. And when we add 0 to anything, nothing will change. But our polynomial is now in the index form because we have power 0, power 1, power 2, power 3, and power 4. Finally, we can now write the coefficient form. In the coefficient form, we forget about the variables, we forget about the powers. Why? Because coefficient form is written only for those polynomials which have only one variable, not more, only one variable. So we can forget, we need not be considered whether the variable is x or y or z, because it is the same throughout the polynomial. And we also need not worry about the power because all the powers are there. All we need to know are the coefficients. Okay, we will write the coefficients. How? Within brackets, we will write minus 6, 2, 5, 0, -3. This is called the coefficient form. And see how just having the coefficient form, we can derive the index form. Left to right, right to left, -3 will become -3. 0 will become 0 into x. 5 will become 5x square. 2 will become 2x cube. -6 will become -6x4. Right to left we can write. If we try to write from left to right, we will end up doing something wrong. And once we have written the index form, we can simplify it. We can remove x to the power 0. We can remove the term 0 into x, and we can find the standard form. This is how we can write a given polynomial in any form that we want. Although there will be no questions in the exam for you to write polynomials in specific forms, we need to practice. And there is an activity on page number 31, which is not, once again, not complete. So what I want you to do now is complete this activity, in which there are 3 polynomials and we have to write them in the index form. I will do one for you, you will do the other 2. First one, I'm picking up the first one. On the left hand side, this is the polynomial, x square plus 3x minus 5. Let us check the powers. Powers 2, 1, 0. Array, it is already in the descending order, so it is in the standard form. Now let us see if all the powers are there. We have 0, we have 1, we have 2. Array, it is already in the index form. Easy question I got. It is already in the index form. No change. You try for 3x square minus 5x, and you try for 5x square. Write it in your notebook. Find out what will be the index form for these polynomials, and then share it with me in the chat. So if we look at the second polynomial, which is 3x square minus 5x, so to write it in the index form, we will have to first write it in the standard form. To write it in the standard form, we need to know the powers of the terms. So let us see the powers of these 2 terms. Power is 2, power is 1. Right? So if it is already in the descending order of the powers, so it is already in the standard form. No change. But we have the powers 2 and 1. We don't have the power 0. So we have to include a term. How will we do that? 3x square minus 5x plus 0x to the power 0. Or we can also write 3x square minus 5x plus 0. So we have added the 0, but we have not changed the polynomial, because adding 0 doesn't make any a difference. Only the form has changed. The polynomial has not changed. So write it in this way so that it is clear कि हमने क्या लिखा है. Why this is the index form? We have 3x square, 2, we have 1, we have 0. This is correct. This is correct, Prachi. But I would advise you to write it in the upper form, ये वाला form, so that it becomes extremely clear. Now, if we have to convert the third polynomial, which is 5x square, into index form, so there is only one term and the power is 2. So it is in the standard form. Obviously, एक ही term है, तो उसका order क्या ही होगा. But powers are missing. Power of 1 is missing. Power of 0 is missing. So 0x 0 or 0x 0. This is in the index form. So finally, we come to the concept of quadratic equation. An equation with a quadratic polynomial is a quadratic equation. We know what a quadratic polynomial is. If that polynomial is there in an equation, then it becomes a quadratic equation. जैसे कि once again, if we look at the questions on page number 31, bottom of the page, the equations that were given were 3x square minus 5x plus 3 equals to 0. And I said, this is a quadratic polynomial. And because this quadratic polynomial is being used in this equation, why are we saying that this is an equation? Because there is a equal to sign, there is a left hand side, and there is a right hand side. This is an equation, and the polynomial that we are dealing with is a quadratic polynomial. So our equation is a quadratic equation. Very, very, very simple, nothing more. In this chapter, we will study how do we solve this type of equation. How do we find the answers? How do we find the values of x for this type of equation? In chapter number 1, we studied equations like this. Linear equations in 2 variables. In this chapter, we will be studying quadratic equations in 1 variable, not 2. Quadratic equations in 1 variable. And the quadratic equation can also be in the form of a word problem, a situation, a real life situation. For example, this situation which is on page number 30, it's given as an example. It says, Sanket purchased a rectangular plot having area 200 square meters, a rectangular plot. Area means उसके अंदर की जो जगह है, that is 200 meter square. Length of the plot was 10 meter more than its breadth. Length is the longer side, breadth is the shorter side. So if we say that the breadth is x, then our length is 10 meters more, so x plus 10. Find the length and breadth of the plot. Length kitna hai, breadth kitna hai. So that means we need to find the value of x. What do we know? We know the area. We also know that this is rectangle. In a rectangle, area of a rectangle is length into breadth. If our length is x plus 10 and breadth is x, then our area will be x plus 10 into x, which is given as 200. Now using algebra, x into x is x square, x into 10 is 10x equals to 200. This is a quadratic equation. Why? Because the polynomial that we have is a quadratic polynomial. So if we have to find the length and the breadth, what do we have to find? We have to find the value of x. This is what we will learn in this chapter. This chapter starts with the things that we will study. There are 5 points that are given. I condensed them into just 2 points. So we already completed some of the basics, linear and quadratic polynomials. We saw what kind of questions we will be able to solve. We also understood different forms of quadratic equation, standard form, index form, and coefficient form. Then check your textbook and tell me, what does it say here? Does it say standard form or does it say general form? Please check and write in the chat. On page number 31, what is the heading? Standard or general? Standard, right? Okay. Correct it, change it to general. Change it to general. Change it to general. I'll tell you why. All of you, change it to the general form. So this is where we are starting the study, starting the content for this year. We will understand what the general form of quadratic equation is. Then very interesting concept of root. And no, we are not studying science 2, but we will study roots. That's the first part of the chapter. In the second part, we will start studying about the methods of solving quadratic equations. So the first method is the factorization method. We have studied how to factorize. This year we will study how once we factorize, we can find the values, we can find the roots, we can find the solutions. So that's first method. Starting on page number, what is this? Page number 33. Not 33, page number 35. Splitting the middle term, class 9. Then another method which is called completing the square method. Always in exams, most of the time it will not tell you which method to use. You can choose whichever method is more convenient for you. But in some questions, it will ask you to use a particular method. Right? So that was second method, completing the square. Then the third method, formula for solving by quadratic, formula for solving a quadratic equation, which I said is called the discriminant method. This is the basic theory. This is part 1 of the chapter. The first topic I said, now I divided the content into 2 parts. One was solving quadratic equations. The second thing was the relationship between the solutions and the coefficients. Yes, we will look how a quadratic equation looks on a graph. Linear equation looks like a line. What is the shape of a quadratic equation? We will see if you have the patience. This is what nature of roots of a quadratic equation and the relationship between roots. Roots is solution of the quadratic equation and coefficients. This is the theory. Finally, just like any chapter on equations, there has to be word problems. So we have word problems with application. तो इसमें ज्योमेट्री भी होगा, इसमें साइंस भी होगा, इसमें मैथ्स भी होगा, सब कुछ होगा. There are 6 exercises, problem sets, and 6 practice sets and 1 problem set in the chapter. These are the things. Page number 54, it ends. Let us study. Let us now start the content for this year, and we will start with the very simple concept of general form of the quadratic polynomial. Not the standard form, not the index form, not the coefficient form. We will call this general form. Let us use very distinct terminology. We will not call this standard form. We will call this general form. In your textbook also, in just the heading, in the heading it says general form. Everywhere after that it says general form. It is actually general form. What is the general form? General form of a quadratic equation looks like this. You know the parts already. There is, of course, there is a equal to sign, and there is a right hand side of the equation, and there is a right hand side, a left hand side and a right hand side. Clearly, what we see on the left hand side is a quadratic polynomial. Why? Because the power here is 2. Highest power is 2. The degree is 2. On the right hand side, we have 0. So when we have an equation in which a quadratic polynomial is equated to 0, we call this the general form of the quadratic equation. Very important that a cannot be 0. If a becomes 0, for example, हमने लिखा 0x square plus 2x plus 5 equals to 0. ऐसा है. Now, if we have 0x square, then the whole term is 0. Now, this is no longer a quadratic equation. This is a linear equation. That is why we have written a is not equal to 0. So, what are a, b, and c? A, b, and c are the coefficients. What type of numbers are they? They are real numbers, of course. Imaginary numbers तो अभी हमने पढ़ा ही नहीं है, तो हम कॉलेज में पढ़ेंगे अगर हम पढ़ेंगे. So, a, b, and c can be integers, can be natural numbers, can be fractions, can be decimals, can be positive, can be negative. They are real numbers. Only condition is a is not equal to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So one example of the general form of linear equation can be 3x square plus 2x plus 1 equals to 0. 3x square plus 2x plus 1 equals to 0. Here, what we are saying is our a is 3. The coefficient of x square is a. Our b is 2. The coefficient of x is b. And the coefficient of x to the power 0 or the constant of the equation is 1. Ax square plus bx plus c. A is 3, b is 2, c is 1. The example that I gave you was if we have 3x square plus 2x plus 1 equals to 0, here a equals to 3, b equals to 2, and c equals to 1, where this left hand side is a quadratic polynomial and our right hand side is 0. And the quadratic polynomial is written in the standard form. That is it. Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. What you are doing now is finding the answers and completing this table, which is there in the textbook on page number 31. The equation that is given to us is y square equals to 2y minus 7. We need in the form ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So that means we need 0 on the right hand side. So we will have to take everything to the left hand side. So when we do that, y square is y square, 2y which is on the right hand side becomes minus 2y on the left hand side, minus 7 which is on the right hand side becomes plus 7 on the left hand side. Now nothing is left on the right hand side, so 0. This is what Chand did. Similarly, for the third equation, we are given with x square plus 2x equals to 0. Now RHS is correct here. We don't need to do anything with the RHS, but our C is missing. This part is missing. So yes, we can think of it like this. 2x plus 0 equals to 0. The next concept that we are learning this year is very interesting. When we read, we think we are studying plants. We are studying something from science too, but it is not. Let me make it very clear from the very beginning. Roots means solutions. Roots means solutions. Once again, if we read the chapter, if we study the chapter properly, so maybe by end of the chapter, we will understand why they are called roots. But just to put you at ease, roots are solutions. तो क्या है roots? क्या होता है? Roots are values of the variable for which the value of the polynomial is 0. Value of the variable for which the polynomial is 0. Very interesting. What is the, let us take an example of a polynomial, any polynomial. 3x4 plus x square minus 4. Suppose this is the polynomial. We are saying value of the variable. So here the variable is x. Some value of x for which the value of the polynomial is 0. X का कौन से value के लिए the entire polynomial will become 0. That is the meaning of root. This is easy. If we take x equals to 1, so then we can find the value of this polynomial by just substituting 1 in place of that variable. So this becomes 3, 1 to the power 4 plus 1 to the power 2 minus 4. 1 to the power 4 is 1, 3 into 1 is 3, plus 1 minus 4. 4 minus 4, 0. Because if we take x equals to 1, the polynomial becomes 0. We will say that x equals to 1 is a root of this polynomial. Is a root of this polynomial. And pay attention here. There is a slight difference between when we use roots and when we use the word solution. Generally, we interchange them, but that is not strictly right. When we say polynomial, we use roots. When we say equation, then we say solution. For example, if instead of the polynomial we had this equation 3x4 plus x square minus 4 equals to 0, then we will say x equals to 1 is a solution of this equation. X equals to 1 is a root of the polynomial. X equals to 1 is a solution of the equation. Finally, remember remainder theorem and factor theorem. Remainder theorem and factor theorem. If we have a polynomial p of x and we are dividing it by another polynomial x minus a, then the remainder of this division is given by p of a. This is the remainder theorem. If we divide the polynomial p of x, माने ये मान लो ये है p of x, polynomial in one variable x. If we divide it by a binomial x minus a, where a is a number, then the remainder will be p of a. माने x की जगह अगर हम 1 डाल देंगे तब वो उसका remainder बताएगा. And the factor theorem says if p of a equals to 0, then x minus a is a factor of p of x. होगा ही ना? देखो हमने यहाँ पर x equals to 1 ले लिया, x equals to 1 ले लिया तो हमारा p of 1 जो है वो 0 आ गया. उसका मतलब है we can say that x minus 1 से x minus इसको 3x4 plus x square minus 4 को अगर हम x minus 1 से divide करेंगे, then the remainder will be 0. Remainder theorem, factor theorem, roots, solutions. We need to know the terminology. This year we will not look at remainder theorem and factor theorem, but this is the meaning of a root of a polynomial. This is the meaning of a solution of an equation. Here is a numerical example of what a root of a polynomial means. Example from your textbook only. The polynomial is x square plus 5x minus 6. Suppose on the left hand side, if we take x equals to minus 6, we just substitute the value minus 6 in place of x. And when we calculate the polynomial, value of the polynomial, it becomes 0. That means x equals to minus 6 is the root of the polynomial. Generally, root is used with the polynomial. And here it says x minus 6 is the root of the equation x square plus 5x minus 6 equals to 0. We started with a polynomial, जो अभी मैंने आपको बताया, root of a polynomial or a solution of a equation. Here it is using the same word root in both cases. If instead we try the value of 2 for x, 2 square is 4, 5 into 2 is 10, 10 plus 4 is 14, 14 minus 6 is 8, 8 is not 0. That means x equals to 2 is not a root, x equals to 2 is not a solution of the equation. See, think, understand. The solved examples on page number 32, and it is going on to page number 33. A polynomial, an equation is given, and we need to check if two values 3 by 2 and minus 2 are solutions for the equation. See what has been done. Those values have been substituted in the equation, and we are checking if the equation is right or wrong. We can also say we are substituting the values in the polynomial, and we are seeing if the polynomial is turning to 0 or not. The only difference now is we have a fraction, we have an integer. The logic remains same. Page number 33, activity. It says, if x equals to 5 is a root of the equation, okay, so x equals to 5 is a root. It is given that it is a root. The equation is kx square minus 14x minus 5 equals to 0. It is a root. Then find the value of k. Okay. Before we get into the solution, tell me from this equation or from this polynomial, what is a, what is b, and what is c? How much is a? Thank you, beta. A is k. How much is b?
14.
Wrong. It is minus 14. भूल गए ना? शुरू में हमने देखा कोफिशिएंट क्या है, टर्म क्या है, साइन के साथ रहेगा. How much is c? What is the value?
Minus 5.
Now it is correct. Now it is correct. And it says x equals to 5 is a root. Now if x equals to 5 is a root, that means if you substitute the value 5 in place of x, then the polynomial will become 0. That is k x square की जगह लिखेंगे हम 5 square minus 14 x की जगह लिखेंगे हम 5 minus 5 equals to 0. Because it says this is a root. Now look at the equation. What kind of equation is this? Is it linear? Is it quadratic? Is it cubic? What kind of equation is this?
Quadratic.
No, it is not quadratic. What is the variable of the equation now? This equation I'm asking. What is the variable in this equation? K is correct. Now, if k is the variable, what is the power of k? Is it 2? Do you see k square anywhere? What type of equation is this?
Linear.
Yes, it is a linear equation in k. We know how to solve this. You tell me, k into 5 square is how much?
25.
No, it is 25k. Then 14 into 5?
Minus 70.
Very good, Rajesh. Then minus 5 equals to 0. 25k is 25k minus 70 minus 5 is minus 75 equals to 0. 25k equals to 0 plus 75. So 25k equals to 75. K equals to 75 by 25. We are moving now in the last step. We are moving part of the term. 25k is the full term. We are moving only 25 from left to right. So multiplication will become division, and we get k equals to how much?
3.
K equals to 3. Now look at the fill in the blanks in the textbook. Will you be able to fill? Fill it with your pencil. This will be your homework. You will complete, of course, you will complete all the examples. We have already completed the examples, and you will complete the questions in practice set 2.1. I'm warning you, and I'm advising you, don't try to solve the questions before understanding the theory. You have to go in a sequence. So question number 1, write any two quadratic equation, any two, example. Decide, question number 2, decide which of the following are quadratic equations. You know, using the degree. Number 3, write following equation in the general form, ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, and then write the values of a, b, and c for each equation. Done. Number 4, determine whether the values given against each of the quadratic equation are the roots, if they are the roots. So if you look at 4 part 1, the polynomial equation is x square plus 4x minus 5 equals to 0. x equals to 1 and x equals to -1. We will try putting 1 in place of x. We will try putting -1 in place of x. Question number 5. Find k if x equals to 3 is the root of the equation. अभी तो हमने किया है सर. And number 6. अरे बाबा ये अभी तो किया हमने ये सब. One of the roots of equation is -7/5. Complete the following activity. That is it. Do you think we have completed the theory for all these questions? I am 100% sure that we have completed the theory for all these 6 questions. You should be able to solve on your own. Complete and share with me. आज ही कर लोगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. Latest by tomorrow night.